Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get our notes back out. This is going to be a very short video because actually you're going to go to the very next sub-tab of your live binder and watch a video actually over this. So I'm not going to talk too much, just going to let you get down your notes over it. So let's go ahead and get started. Executive Order 9066, mistakes on the home front. Last video we talked all about what we were doing on the home front to fight the war. Women were going to factories. They were becoming wax. They were becoming waves. They were rationing food. They were recycling rubber. They were doing tons of stuff. This entire country fought the war after Pearl Harbor. And with that, we are going to see what will become known as the Greatest Generation. But people are human. They will make mistakes. And FDR has now been in office. This is going into his third term. He will be elected to 4 terms. And there was one glaring mistake on the part of FDR in the United States in World War II. And that is Executive Order 9066. Make sure you circle the 9066. Make sure you circle executive. The internment over 110,000 Japanese Americans. As you can see from the picture looking at you, we are talking about every single one, the old, the young, everyone. Now, with the Executive Order 9066, which will become basically known as Japanese internment, the War Department is given basically all rights to declare underline any part of the United States and here's what I need you to circle, military zone. Military zone, which basically means that the military is in charge of everything. They can remove anyone from the zone. They can basically subdue you for absolutely no reason, even if you just look a certain way, which was Japanese. Of course, you have to ask yourself, what have the Japanese done? Pretty much nothing. They only have one thing against them. They look like the people who flew their planes into Pearl Harbor and attacked us without declaring war on December 7th, 1941. Now with this, the West Coast in general was declared a military zone. If you take a look at this right here, you have Japanese relocation camps are put by the little people on the map right here. Then you have basically the pink meaning territories with more than 1,000 residents, and then the dark red is going to be what we declare a military zone. You'll notice that the military zone is the coastline because you got to think about out here is Hawaii. Across there from Hawaii is Japan. So this coast is going to be the area we are most worried about. Now with that, these military zones that said that all people of Japanese ancestry had to be placed in internment camps. I want you to star that word internment right here. Internment. What does it mean if I intern you? Think about it. To intern somebody. Basically means that I'm going to put you in a place and not let you leave. Internment camps, and here's a cartoon that came out about this time, were seen as not only a place that you can put Japanese now that you can keep an eye on them, because what are they looking for again? What was Lincoln looking for when he said no habeas corpus during the Civil War in certain areas, Philadelphia and D.C.? They're looking for spies. And so they're going to put all Japanese citizens, or Japanese American citizens, many of whom are loyal to the U.S., as this cartoon points out. And they are going to take them. If they are in a military zone, they are going to intern them in what we call internment camps. They told them it was because they were out of harm's way if they were in these internment camps. And while I think that that was a little bit of a cover story, you do have to think about after 9/11, were some Islamic Americans looked at differently, even though they had done absolutely nothing wrong? Had they probably experienced somebody saying mean things to them? Yes. So there is 2 reasons for this internment. I want you to write it out beside this slide right here. Reason number 1, spies, ? Reason number 2, it kind of was to get them out of harm's way in the fact that Americans oftentimes take their anger out on who they can see, even if it's not right. I have some pictures here. I'm going to let you watch this video, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. This is the Manansmar War Relocation Center. You can see that Manansmar was actually the one in California. But there are some pictures. These pictures show that these people, Wanto Company, fruits and vegetables, they are Americans, but they had to sell all their property. They were given oftentimes 2 weeks to close their business, to get out, to sell their homes, and they had to be put on these relocation camp trains, then sent to relocation centers, and basically, and I know you're thinking that, and it's absolutely true, they're being treated like the Jewish people in Europe. Except for, I want to go ahead and make sure you understand, we did not hurt them. We did not abuse them. We did not do anything. We simply isolated them. But that in and of itself is a violation of their liberties. And many of these people were American citizens. They were oftentimes tagged. They were put in places. They were told you can only take what you can carry. Basically, it's going to be a nightmare. Last thing, and then I want you to watch the video. Executive Order 9066 was then taken to the Supreme Court. I need you to make sure you get this down right here. This is a Supreme Court case. A guy named Korematsu is going to sue the United States because of his belief that this is unconstitutional, which, let's be honest, it probably is. But again, it is going to be the fact that during wartime, the executive branch has more liberties to do what they need to do. And actually, you might want to make a notation out beside here. Korematsu loses, the United States Supreme Court backs FDR. You're going to see that it will take more than 40 years for actually the USA to admit fault here, and we will pay reparations to camp survivors. But this is going to be a major black mark in American history. Korematsu v. United States is going to be one of the court cases that will be overturned later. This, by the way, is one of the saddest ones for me. This was on a store outside of a Japanese American store, and it said, "Many thanks for your patronage," which means business. "Hope to serve you in the near future. May God be with you till we meet again, Mr. and Mrs. Kilsari." These people were Americans. Now, were there some spies? Probably. Yes. But very, very scary idea that this is going to be an abuse of power during World War II. Now, here's your next instructions. I want you to take and I want you to come on to Live Binder. My Live Binder looks exactly like this. That's where my World War II Part 6 notes are. They're only going to be 7 minutes long. I want you to come to Japanese internment. I want you to then click on this. I want you to write that, and you will have some questions that go along with it. Y'all are doing awesome. World War II is long, but it is definitely interesting, so I hope you're staying with me. Bye.